Well, all this week we've asked you if Tennessee lawmakers should close the records to the public of people who have permits to carry guns. Well, the overwhelming majority of you say they should. Most believe it's a privacy issue. Now, the issue is a matter of conflicting rights here. The Second Amendment to the Constitution does say Americans have the right to own personal firearms. And some media groups think the public has a right to know who may be carrying a firearm at any given time. WDEF News host Bill Mitchell has this local perspective.
It's hard to keep the discussion on track when you mention the right to carry a firearm in Tennessee. As you may know, the Memphis Commercial Appeal has a searchable online database that makes it easy to find out who has a permit. And now there's legislation in Nashville to restrict that information.
When the Memphis paper published almost 200,000 people's names, they pretty much passed that bill for us.
Representative Eric Watson introduced one of 70 bills dealing with gun issues. He expects many of them to pass this session. But the newspaper has a different story. It explains that the information comes from the Tennessee Department of Safety and is already available to anyone. But that just adds fuel to a blazing fire.
The industry is running 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week. They can't produce enough ammunition. They can't produce enough guns right now.
Gun dealers say that's because of a high crime rate and fear that the Obama administration may try to impose limits. And the gun owners are anxious about who knows they're packing.
I think it's going to present ample opportunity for the criminals of the city to really attack people who have permits.
The commercial appeal maintains that citizens have a right to know if the person sitting next to them on a bus or eating in restaurants are armed. The debate is over how easy it is to get that information, and is it, in itself, putting the gun owner in jeopardy?
Criminals are smart, you know, and they'll go to them websites. They'll look, see who has valuable goods in their homes.
Any legislation passed in Tennessee this year likely will not end the discussion, which cuts to the core of constitutional freedoms in America. In Chattanooga, Bill Mitchell, WDEF News 12.
Now, a search of that database shows there are more than 7,000 Hamilton County residents with permits to carry a concealed weapon.